can tell just by the sound that that was hit with extreme force.
All right, we're right around 125 yards out. Whoa, that was a fine chip. Starting around under par, nothing like it. Okay, hole number 2. Let's see what you can do here. Very nice.
Looks like you're going into the rough on this one. You gotta love it when the bounces go your way. Lovely result. You're in the fairway. Here we go, this one for birdie. Next hole coming up. And after that hole, you'll bring your score down to 200.
Nice bird on that last hole. Let's see another one. Okay, looks like about 18 feet from here. Nicely done, dropping it for your birdie. That's awesome.
And after that hole, you are now 3 under par.
Okay, let's see what happens here on this par 4. Let's go ahead and drop this one into the fairway and take it from there.
That was a tee shot, just spanked it.
All right, looking at 150 yards-ish. Little 6-footer here, nothing too scary. Solid par, well done.
And that'll keep you at 3 under.
You're going to have to be careful of those fairway bunkers out there. They can really put a wrench into things. So just warning you now.
Oh, tee shot's looking good here. Here we go. Drop this one for birdie.
Yes, yes, yes. Sitting at 4 under for the round. Par 4 here. Let's have a nice, clean drive. Ugh. Okay, back on the fairway. This is good stuff here. This one for the save. Ooh, we're going right at the hole here. Nice putt. We're in there. 4 under for the round. 7th hole coming up. Looking at a 19-foot putt from here.
Ugh, just going right by the hole. And this one for bogey.
Well done.
And you've gone up to 3 under after that hole.
And we find ourselves on the 8th tee.
I'm liking it. I ended up in the rough, but yeah, I really thought you were going to end up in the fairway.
Back in the saddle here. Saddle being fairway. Nice stuff. And looks like around 195 yards to go. Well, you're in the sand, so let's just get out of there and move on with our lives. That was a bit underwhelming, but you're out of the sand, so good stuff. Okay, 21 feet to the cup from here.
Ooh, good attempt. And if this drops, that's your bogey.
Nice putt.
And after that one, your score will go up to 2 under par.
Okay, let's see what happens here on this par 4. Let's go ahead and drop this one into the fairway and take it from there.
I'm liking that one.
Looks like we're about 220 yards out. Something weird in that swing. See if we can save par here. That would be nice. Well done. Very solid round after 9. Looking fantastic. And hole number 10 coming up here.
There we go. That's looking good.
Okay, about 130 yards out. Okay, let's finish out. Okay, moving along.
And that has kept you at 2 under par.
Par 4 here. Let's have a nice clean drive. Nice. Nice. Looking at a 19-foot putt from here. That was absolutely fine putting. Fairway bunkers up ahead. Just letting you know. Okay, back on the fairway. Let's set our sights on that green. All right, a little 6-foot putt here. Solid par. Well done. 3 under for the round. Good chance to go right at that pin on this one.
Sweet. And this putt for the birdie.
Five-footer here, nothing too bad. Great putt in there for par. Okay, so that'll keep you at 3 under for the round. 14th hole coming up.
So far, so good for this one.
Okay, let's line this shot up. We have about 250 yards to the pin.
Looks like this is heading for the rough.
Everyone ends up in the beach from time to time. All right, you're on the green. Good stuff. 9-footer here. Let's see what we can do.
Ooh. All right, for the par.
Solid stroke on that one.
And that's going to leave you at 3 under par still.
15th hole coming up.
I think you're heading into the cabbage on this one.
Back on the fairway now. Good stuff. 9-footer here. I think you can do this.
That'll work for par.
3 under for the round.
Par 3 here. Let's go for that pin.
Hope this one bites. Yeah, figured as much.
All right, 14 feet to the hole.
Three feet to the hole here. Decent little putt there.
That's going to bring things up to 2 under.
Okay, let's see what happens here on this par 4. Let's go ahead and drop this one into the fairway and take it from there. Nice.
All right, here we go for the birdie.
Well, you could have had a birdie there. I think you know that. But next time, those ones will drop. Hole number 18. Ugh. Okay, you're kind of in some deep stuff. This is the danger zone. Something sounded off there. Looks like you're a little wet after that shot. That hurts. Looks like about 205 yards to the pin here.
I think this is heading for the rough.
All right, nice little 2-foot putt. And a decent little putt to end this one.
Well done. 1 under par to end things here.
Thank you so much for the round. It was fun hanging out with you today. We'll see you next time.
one and all. My name is John McCarthy, and I couldn't be happier that you chose to join us for this event here on the TGC Network. Today's event will be a single round event. Every shot, every chip. Let's get down to that first tee now and see how this one goes. It's looking like it's heading into the fairway. I think you'll like that. And this putt is for birdie. And about 5 feet to go here. And that putt will drop for par. And next up is a par 4, folks. Looks like he's going through some trees. Now let's see how things are shaping up on the leaderboard. And now the third hole tee off. Going with the 9-iron here. Yeah, I think you'll like that. And about 29 feet to the cup. And this putt is for par. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. This one's looking pretty good so far. Well, I definitely didn't see that going into the rough, that's for sure. Five feet to go here. For the birdie. Okay, let's see what the fifth has in store for us. I can't see him being too happy about that one. And this lie is currently in the rough. And this putt is for birdie. And that putt drops. And now we find ourselves on the 6th hole tee off. Nice shot. I think you'll like that. And this is for birdie. Oh, I thought that one was going to be in. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And now teeing off on this par 4. Oh, this is a tough call. Could be rough, could be fairway. Five feet to go here. And that one will drop for birdie. And next on the plate is the 8th hole. And he's probably not happy about that shot. And he'll be happy with that. And this for the birdie. And a good putt. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And I can't see him being too pleased about that. And this next one coming out of the rough. Setting up for the 36-foot putt. And for the par. And teeing off on this par 4. from 23 feet away. Ooh, just missing here. And this putt's about a 2-footer here. And moving on to the 11th hole. Well, I'm not quite sure where this one's going to end up. And can't be too pleased with that as it goes back into the beach. And that shot is putting par very much within reach. And that putt's going to drop for par. Okay, moving on to the 12th. Yeah, I think this one's going to find the fairway. And setting up this shot below the hole. Going with the 5-iron here. And missing the approach on that one. And that's weird because he's been doing pretty well with his greens in regulation today this round. And this is right around the 8-foot mark. And that'll drop for birdie. And now the 13th hole. I think he's overcompensated here. He's flying the green, I think. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. And setting up now on the 14th hole. You know, this one's a close call. This could be in the rough. And he's probably going to like that. And this one's for birdie. And for the par. And that one will drop. And now setting up for the par 4. And something seemed off with his swing on that. And he's taking this through some brush here. And this putt's for birdie. And a nice putt there. And just about to tee off on this par 3. Yeah, about 16 feet to the cup from here. Just missing here. Yeah, it's about 3 feet to the cup from here. And that putt drops on in for par. Okay, and setting up on the 17th tee. And this putt's for birdie. Solid putt. And teeing it up here on the 18th. And I doubt he'll be too pleased with that. This one's a toss-up. Let's see where this one will land. Well, that was hit out of some very deep rough. Still in the rough right now. And pretty sure he's going to like that. And this next putt is for a final round score of 64. And that one drops for the birdie.